In the lead up to the release of Black Adam, a lot of people were not sure what to expect from this movie, especially with all the chaos going on at Warner Brothers Discovery and the DC brand as a whole for the past several years. But one thing was crystal clear. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who plays Black Adam in this movie, he said repeatedly over and over again, the focus is on the fans. We're doing this for the fans. We want to reward the fans. And now that the movie's out, now that people are seeing the reactions, once again, he's reiterating that we do not care what the critics think. The only thing we care about is how the fans are reacting. Take a look at this tweet. This phenomenal 90% audience score for Black Adam is so gratifying for so many reasons. 15 years. Thank you all so much for the love and support. In the end, the only thing that matters to me is sending the people home happy, and that's what I'll always fight for. And of course, it was quite a fight from what we understood to get that post-credit scene. And again, I don't know how you could not know this, but if you don't know it, spoiler warning, you got 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Dwayne Johnson on the Black Adam post-credit scene, listen to the fans. The return of Henry Cavill as Superman now didn't have any effect on the movie whatsoever. It was added very last minute once they finally fought and got permission to do it. Just a little appearance in the post-credit scenes. But that is something a lot of people have been asking for. People have been begging for Henry Cavill back as Superman for a very, very long time. And they definitely got that with this movie. And there is a clear split between the audience and the critics. The audience score sitting at a 90% and that critic all the way down there at a 40. Now, full disclosure, I've said multiple times and I will reiterate, I didn't think that this was a great movie. I reviewed it and I personally thought, oh, there's a lot of action and popcorn flick for sure. I think the story is super chaotic and the character motivations don't really make a whole lot of sense. They're not really like fleshed out at all. And I think it's a 5 out of 10. That's me personally. But I can understand that I don't fall in line with evidently the vast majority of the audience that is going out there to see this. I'm not going to be swayed by a critic opinion or an overall audience opinion. I simply have my opinion. But you can't deny what's in front of your eyes, that the vast majority of people that are going to see this movie are really enjoying it. And for The Rock to come out and basically say, hey, listen, I don't give a fuck about the critics. All we care is about this score right here. This isn't usually the case, is it? Usually when we see these movies get released, it's the critic score that they brag about. Oh, certified fresh, blah, blah, blah. Not so much with Black Adam. They're touting the audience score because that's what's important to them. And I will say this, even though I thought the movie was average, if this was a Marvel movie, if this just said Disney Marvel on it, it would be a 90%, 85% Rotten Tomatoes score. Not a doubt in my fucking mind. I personally think it's a little bit better than the stuff we've been recently getting from Marvel for sure. No messaging in it. There is a little bit of messaging, but again, the story is so bare that it's not hitting you over the head. But the real question is going to be, as much as these people are loving, as much as these people have gone out and say that they love it, is that going to be enough? Because right now, the box office, even though it is set to lead the box office, we've talked about this, it's falling right in the middle of these expectations. Months before, I made a video talking about how if these Black Adam projections are true, it could be a disaster for DC because it was projected $55 to $70 million domestically opening weekend. Well, now we're sitting right in the middle of that band, 60 to 62 million. It might be Dwayne Johnson's best opening as a leading man, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. And internationally, it's just tracking slightly better. To put that in perspective for everybody, the best comp for something like that would be Shazam. Like Shazam's opening weekend box office, I can show you here. Shazam's opening weekend was $53 million. If this is 60, 61, $62 million, that's around the best comp, right? And this movie only cost $80 million to make. Black Adam costs $200 million. Technically $195 million is the number that's going on. That means that needs to make $500 million to break even. And that obviously was not the case with Shazam, not even close. But a lot of people are talking international. That's the key. International box office. International box offices love The Rock. Well, when you look at Shazam's international, they got $43 million from China in this overall number. Right now, there's no Chinese release for Black Adam. Not on the paper anyway. Maybe, I guess it could happen. I don't think they've said specifically no, but as of right now, it's not being released. And when you look at The Rock, people talk about The Rock's international numbers. Look at San Andreas. Look at the big international split. Well, $90 million was from China. What about Rampage? Made a ton of money internationally. 159 million from China. What about Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw? 200 million from China. So that international box office that people are talking about for this, it's really a lot dependent on China, and not a lot of things have been being released in China right now. If it does get that release, it could definitely change things. But right now, as much as people are loving it, we really need to keep an eye on this, because it's going to need to hold really well. Something crazy is going to have to happen for this to make the $500 million mark if things continue the path that they're on. Maybe this great word of mouth will do wonders for Black Adam. I hope it makes money. I really do. I hope that this does well. I hope that the people that are enjoying it get to see more stuff like this, if that's what you love. For me, again, 5 out of 10, but I can't deny a lot of people are loving it right now. What do you guys think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming out and basically saying, hey, listen, we don't care about that certified fresh. We don't care about any of that shit. All we care about is the fact that the audience is enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.